So I just got back home from watching Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, the supposedly final Mission Impossible movie. And I gotta say, I am disappointed, but not in the way that you think. The movie did disappoint me though. I will say, I was not in the best mood going into this movie, so I was really hoping that it could cheer me up. And it kind of did for the second half of the movie, but the first half was slow and nothing but exposition dumps and side quest after side quest after side quest after side quest. So much so I forgot literally what was going on or what was the main goal of the movie until they came back to it in the second half of the movie. Now, first things first, Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt is great. The Mission Impossible movies, this whole franchise is probably one of my favorite franchises. It's my second favorite action franchise. Wait, second favorite? Hold up. Yeah, it's in my top. It's in my top three action franchises with Mad Max and John Wick. Though, like the Mission Impossible movies, besides two, are all bangers. They are. So I was pretty hyped for this one, especially after rewatching Dead Reckoning with my mom the other day, and we were like, okay, let's see how this is gonna end. We were pretty excited, and I thought the little montage at the beginning was cool that they did, but other than that, they kept doing flashbacks and flashbacks and flashbacks, and it's like it got really annoying at that point. And the entity, I was literally losing interest almost as soon as it came on screen. I was like, okay, I'm kind of already over this already, and this is going to be the main plot in the movie. Gabriel, as a villain, lost all of his aura after Dead Reckoning. I think he was just completely cartoony, and he felt like a Saturday morning cartoon villain in this movie. His acting was so over the top, and it was hard for me to take him seriously. I don't know if that was the point or what, but compared to Dead Reckoning, Gabriel was probably one of the worst Mission Impossible villains I've seen on screen, because I was actually interested to see where he was going after Dead Reckoning, and the fact that it ended like this, I was like, okay, cool. Now, some stuff I thought was good was the plane scene and the submarine scene. Those were pretty solid action scenes. The plane scene was in the second half of the movie, which, like I said before, I thought was miles better than the first half of the movie. And that's where things start to pick up. And when the second half of the movie started to pick up, I was into it until the end of the movie. But I do like the IMF squad. I did care about the characters. The new characters were fine, but they didn't have enough screen time because we had so many new characters and it was a lot to deal with. One of the characters in the submarine, I in particular, I thought was really cool. I really wish I saw more of him, but we didn't. But it's cool. There is a returning character from the first movie, and I did think he was a welcome addition to the movie, and I thought his story with the other, like Benji and Grace and all those characters, I thought he had a good purpose in the movie. Something else to note, the movie is 3 hours long, and you feel the length of that 3 hours. Dead Reckoning, while also being almost 3 hours long, that moved by so quickly. I think the lack of action, the lack of style or something like it, I don't know. The movie was lacking a lot of action. I will say that, and that's what Mission Impossible is typically known for, is this action. So the fact that we didn't really get a lot of it probably took me out of it a little bit. But I don't know, man. The movie does do something in a particular scene, which I won't say because of spoilers. But it basically insults your intelligence, and it's like, okay, that automatically lost points for me, because I hate when a movie insults your intelligence. And there's something major happens at the beginning of the movie, and it's just never talked about again. It's like never brought up, and I'm like, no one addressed this. No one addressed this thing. It's like, okay, but yeah, I overall am disappointed. I will say, it is not the worst movie of the year. It is not even a horrible movie. I would say this is still not the worst Mission Impossible. I still think Mission Impossible 2 is the worst Mission Impossible movie, but this is right next to it. I out of Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible 1, Mission Impossible 3, Ghost Protocol, and Fallout and Dead Reckoning, this is not better than any of those movies in my opinion. This is not. And if you say it is, you're lying. You're lying. I'm joking, but I mean, to each their own. But that it's crazy, and the movie, it has a finality to it, but it also leaves things where a sequel could happen. But if a sequel didn't happen, it kind of has an ending, but not really. It's weird. This one, I think it should get another sequel. I don't think it should end on this note. I really don't. If it does, that's not going to affect how I feel about the franchise, because as for franchise, I still love it as a whole. But this will be one of the Mission Impossible movies I revisit the least. And then when I do revisit it, it will definitely be for the second half of that movie. So 6 out of 10 is above average, but as my most anticipated movie of the year and as a Mission Impossible movie, I am fairly disappointed. As a movie, though, it's not horrible.